What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Moneyline Madness podcast. I am your host, Matt Cherko, alongside my boy, AndyB. Andy, how we feeling on this lovely Friday morning?
Mixed vibes, for sure. Mixed vibes, certainly. Excited for the prospect of a good weekend, but tough not to think this was a pretty tough week for our sports teams.
Yeah, all around it was kind of upsetting, like just really not what you want to see in the world of sports. So, I mean, New York baseball had been doing so well. Like we were on such a good streak, and even my last 2.5, 3 weeks. I mean, you could even say since the All-Star break have been rough. But now, you guys losing to that series to the Braves, things are, we're coming back down to earth a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
Both teams had a pretty cool moment this week when you guys hit the walk-off grand slam, when the Mets had Beatty homer early and win that game, even though they almost tried to blow it. Both teams had good moments, but really outside of that, probably the worst week of the year for New York baseball. Luckily, both teams are still in first place with not sizable leads for the Mets anymore, but leads.
Yeah, no, they're lucky they were playing at such a steady and hot rate in June and July that they were able to have a skid like this, because honestly, if it was any other team in the league, you're looking at dropping the ball entirely. So
all
right, but we're talking not only baseball today, but we're going to be talking basketball because the NBA national TV schedule came out last night, and there's a couple things that just we want to talk about that we think are hilarious. Obviously, Donovan Mitchell news. We are seeing Danny Ainge. He likes a lot what he's hearing from these other teams, and so take it, Danny Ainge. Just why don't you take it? If you like it a lot, take the deal.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Like, if you like something an awful lot, I take that. So obviously that's very untrue.
It's a hoax. It is just straight up not true. Like, he's so desperately begging for anybody to like help him out and like offer something. But Leon Rose is holding tough, and we know that we have the best offer, and we know that we're chilling.
If Danny Ainge really doesn't want to send him to the Knicks, send him to Charlotte, get Gordon Hayward back in Utah, get a couple first-round picks, make everybody in Utah very happy. Other than that, really nothing.
That's stinky.
Other than that, just take the Knicks offer so
if you're a Utah fan
about it.
If you're a Utah fan, are you taking a emotionally, attached Gordon Hayward over like 3 other first-round picks that you could be getting from New York just because you own Gordon Hayward?
If I'm a fan, I'd be pissed, but I don't know if how Danny Ainge feels. If Danny Ainge clearly doesn't want to send him to the Knicks, he had the opportunity for 2 months now, and he hasn't done it. So I don't know what's holding them back. I would assume it's
Quentin Grimes.
It's not another deal. Like it's not another deal because there's nobody else that has anything worthy than the Knicks have first-round pick close. Like. I don't want Gordon Hayward on my team. That's for sure. Like,
I mean, if he wants to take the vet minimum, maybe, and just like sit behind 3 other rookies.
The only reason you trade him is because their salaries are probably the same. I think Gordon makes the same as Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Which is pretty sad.
Don't get me everywhere away from
Gordon makes $30 million a year. I want to be very clear with everybody. He signed
that's
4-year, $120 million deal.
Which truthfully wasn't even like. I mean, it was a lot of money, but when he got that injury, like it wasn't anything too crazy at the time.
He only signed that because, not that we need to get into why Gordon Hayward signed for so much money, but he only signed that because the Celtics were dangling him in trade rumors with Indiana, and then Michael Jordan decided to say fuck it and overpaid a guy with a bum ankle. So that's how that happened. But yeah, that's for another time. Utah's really, I don't want to say misplaying their hand, but they probably are.
They're just, he's eating time and he's running out of time to eat. It's getting to that
Training
point.
Camp start end of early
in like
September,
2-3 weeks.
Yeah, early September.
Yeah, so he's got it's getting to that time. He had that month of stagnancy where he could afford to just sit on his hands and not do anything because it was the summer, so it was the off season. Nobody's really expecting much, and he kind of got lucky with the Kevin Durant situation that kind of also slowed down the pace of the NBA's offseason moves. But now he's running out of time, and he's visibly looking for scrambling for any other thing that he could get from other teams, but it's not happening, and the Knicks have the best offer.
So I'll bring this up to you. We heard about LeBron too, who signed a nice extension. Congratulations to him, almost $50 million a year. He's amazing.
Yep.
But he said that he's been pretty much told that they're willing to trade anything to get Kyrie. Which trade happens first? Does Donovan Mitchell wear a Knicks jersey first at a press conference, or does Kyrie get given a Lakers jersey because they're not having a press conference for him?
Donovan Mitchell is definitely wearing a Knicks jersey before Kyrie is a Laker, but both of them happen in my opinion, relatively sooner than later.
I think this week is like the week that, what was it, 5 years ago, I think it was, that Kyrie got traded to Boston. So I know that there are trades that still happen this late. It's very rare, but I think the Chris Paul trade happened years ago this late as well. I think we might see 2 or 3 trades that are going to change the course of the season. We're going to see him in late August to early September. Because I think as soon as Kyrie gets traded, KD's out there too.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
I don't know what the hell's happening with KD at this point. The problem is, and I think I've said this many times, the Rudy Gobert trade ruined it. Like, it ruined basketball for right now.
It did. The whole market is just toast. Nobody knows what to offer for anybody.
If they get Gobert for like 2 or 3 first-round picks, those guys are probably already traded. But unfortunately, they got him for what was it, 5 or 6 first-round picks? So,
yeah.
I don't know. It's so silly that deal even happened. For Rudy Gobert, it ruined the course of basketball. For the second time, Rudy Gobert did this.
No, yeah. I mean, he's a scumbag. It is what it is. Nobody really likes Rudy Gobert. No. Like, does he have fans anywhere?
I hope not.
Maybe
well, France, probably
like,
France,
besides France.
But they're all Evan Fournier fans too now.
Yeah, exactly, because we're all adults at this point. Yeah. But Rudy Gobert, nobody, after the Rudy Gobert trade, nobody wants to be the team that gets fleeced.
No.
Nobody wants to make that first
somebody
trade.
Already was.
Yeah, so. And be the team that gets, reamed because
if you want KD now, you're going to have to give 7, not even 7, probably 9 first round picks, and nobody has that. So it's just, it's so silly. It's so silly that the course of the NBA offseason pretty much ended after the Rudy Gobert trade, which I would have never imagined.
And let's talk about, the blatant kind of move of the national TV schedule that is showing the Jazz only have 1 national TV game. Like, that was just so obvious. Like, Adam Silver knows the deal is already basically in place.
And where would that game be?
It's the Utah Jazz have 1 national TV game, and it's against the New York Knicks in Madison Square Garden.
It's the MSG game? Okay.
Like, come on.
Surprised it's not the Utah game. Yeah, they made it pretty obvious. I think he's going to be. If it's not, I don't know why they would do that, but if it's not now, it would be by trade deadline day. And I think it was the second game after the trade deadline is Jazz Knicks. I mean, they've set it up. They're really good at that type of stuff. I mean, I know.
Oh, they know.
Years ago, what was it? Was it Russell Westbrook started against Oklahoma City? I know Kyrie started his Celtic career against Cleveland. Like, they're good at those types of things. They know what they're doing over there.
They know exactly what they're doing. And actually, I'm sorry, it's November 15th, so it's actually pretty early in the season, and it's in Utah.
There you go. So they're expecting
the other one that I was thinking was February 7th. That is that's an MSG, but not on national TV.
There you go. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, and I'm not saying this because I'm sick of hearing about it because it hasn't happened yet, and it feels like it should have happened a month and a half ago. But
there's just no pressure on New York right now. But like I said, that 1 national TV game shows me all I needed to see. That was really it, and the fact that it's against them, like, they could have played the Warriors. They're in the Western Conference. That could have been
everybody
against
else's
the Lakers.
Game is against the Warriors.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it's just
my team will be on my NBA package is going to be almost utterly useless this year. I mean, the Celtics are on. I think it's actually TV. The list that you sent doesn't include NBA TV games. The Celtics have 37 games. If you include NBA TV, wow. I think the Warriors have 50 almost. So
wow,
that's like 40 games. You actually have to use the packet. Actually, in reality it's like 38 because you get the Knicks and Nets games too that are
interesting
regional. So it's crazy, but
30 national TV games. I mean, and they just know everybody wants to see the Warriors.
Well,
And then the fact
don't
that the
say
Lakers are
Lakers.
number
Yeah.
2. I was going to say nobody wants to see, like, I don't get why
Well,
they're at 27.
If they get Kyrie and they get rid of Russell Westbrook, then they're a show. I mean, I'll give them that.
So this is also basically
They're
showing me that
assuming.
they're getting
Yeah.
They're
And
getting Kyrie.
honestly,
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if
You
the
got a
reason
deal.
the Celtics have so many, maybe they think they're getting KD too. I mean, that might be part of the reason.
I would have given the Celtics 25 games after the finals too, because let's not forget, I think it was this finals, like game 4 or 5, that pulled the highest ratings in like the past decade for finals, which is crazy.
They play both their games on national TV against them. I think the first one's December 10th, right before Christmas time. That's going to be an amazing atmosphere. I think that's the one in Golden State, but
hell yeah.
Every time those two teams play is going to be amazing.
Yeah, no.
A little surprised the Clippers got so many. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well, healthy Kawhi, healthy Paul George going into the season.
Kind of forgot they were a team, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people did. They didn't a whole season, basically just nothing. Neither of those guys really. I mean, Paul George saw the court for 20 games. Something like that. So it was kind of underwhelming on both sides of the ball for them. One team I thought should have got more. The New Orleans Pelicans, not only were they a playoff team this year, but all of a sudden you're adding Zion Williamson to the mix, along with some really nice young guys. I'm drawing a blank on the defensive kid that they just got that was on the G League Ignite that they just drafted. But they added a couple solid pieces to the Pelicans core. It's actually going to bother me that I don't know his name.
It's bothering me too. I'm trying to think. I want to go.
You know who I'm talking about?
I know who you're. I have a pretty good idea.
Dyson Daniels. They added Dyson Daniels to a team already with Herb Jones and Brandon Ingram. So you're talking about wingspan out the ass. It's really just coming down to if Devontae Graham could run a half-competent point guard for that team, they're going to be disgusting. And he's not awful. So, I really like the Pelicans. And the fact that they got 11 national TV games, I'm thinking that should have been 14, 15.
That should have been almost 20, honestly. They have Zion, and if Zion plays, I mean, who knows if he will.
Yeah, so you're giving the Grizzlies
they come.
Exactly.
Wow.
You're giving the Grizzlies 18.
Grizzlies are because one guy doesn't stop running his mouth on Twitter. So
well, yeah,
that's
but
the main reason why.
He has the same star power as Zion. Zion probably is more.
Zion has a lot more. I'm gonna be because he has the college days that everybody remembers him from.
Exactly. So why are we getting 11?
Yeah. Do you think the Grizzlies get a Christmas game if they don't fight on Twitter? I don't think they do.
No.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want to see the Grizzlies on Christmas. I know they have John Morant. There's so many more marketable teams. The Pelicans are more marketable than them. I mean.
What do I say to the young children when they see John Morant gangbanging on Twitter after a Christmas Day game? They just got done opening presents and fucking having dreams of sugar plums dancing in their head. And they have to watch this guy gangbanging in the so-called trenches of Memphis. Oh my goodness, I'm already
where
shaking,
Elvis was
dude.
born.
I'm already shaking. Jesus, enough is enough.
Yeah, that Christmas schedule actually pisses me off when I look at it now and I see the Grizzlies because I'm sorry. Memphis is a great city, I'm sure. Their fan base is great. They're a good team. I have no reason to believe it's not. Yeah. But I don't want to see them on Christmas when we could be seeing Zion. We could be seeing anybody else, honestly.
Yeah.
More marketable. Seeing the Knicks already. Might as well put Brooklyn up there.
Yeah, I mean, no, actually, no.
I think our game should have been Golden State Boston on Christmas.
Yeah, it absolutely should have. I mean, after the Warriors Cavs was, when they had their finals, I feel like it's only right.
Yeah.
It seems like a tradition at this point.
It's all Adam Silver scheming in the background.
Yeah, one thing I do want to shout out Adam Silver on, the Atlanta Hawks having 8. Let's go.
Yeah, definitely a good vibe. Nobody wants to see them right now. After what DeJounte had a bad off season where he looks like a bad guy now. Trae Young is still Trae Young.
Everybody's turned on him, and everybody. I don't know if it's just Knicks fans that don't like Trae Young, but I feel like I've never heard anybody be like, "Yo, Trae Young's a dog."
I'm in between.
Bro.
I'm in between on him.
I
liked him at Oklahoma. He was amazing at Oklahoma, but now I'm like,
I didn't even like him before the playoffs, 2 years ago. I was never a massive Trae Young guy.
He's an easy guy to hate. He certainly is an easy guy to hate.
He just he looks like
Well,
like I would just
yeah.
But
yeah.
I've always been Luka. Like from that draft class, I'm taking Luka 10 times out of 10 and twice on Sundays. So like,
Well,
it is what
they
it
were
is.
traded for each other very
Exactly.
stupidly.
And there's
I don't know why the
still
Hawks ever
idiots
did
on
that.
Twitter. Yeah, there's still idiots on Twitter saying that that's a good deal or an even deal. Like, get out of here.
Not an even deal. That was never an even deal, to be honest with you. From the beginning, I think we all knew Luka was gonna be better. But yeah, I think that's good that the Hawks didn't get that many. Honestly, the city of it's so weird. I was born in Georgia, and I'm a Georgia sports fan with their college. I hate the city of Atlanta, man. Their fans are assholes. They were so annoying. Like every time a Met would do something, they'd be calling it lucky, and then they win lucky games. Like yesterday, and now you got Hawks fans. They're defending DeJounte Murray being I won't say the word, but he's been a real asshole on Twitter.
Yeah,
to,
it's just
a rookie, who hasn't done anything yet.
To a rookie, and then to guys with literal fucking 5 to 9 jobs.
Yeah, and he's acting like he crossed up LeBron. Get out of the first round and talk to me this year, okay?
Yeah, no, this guy literally.
Yeah, you know what? Get the 8th seed. Get out of the play-in, and then you can talk.
This guy literally said that he goes from playing basketball to his job at some Burger King type shit.
Yeah.
And
I think I saw that.
DeJounte Murray, you're flexing on him.
I saw that tweet actually. He goes
you're
to his
proud of
job
that.
after,
All right, bro. The guy's also a college student, so he's going from playing at LA Fitness to going to fucking a restaurant and then going to community college classes. And DeJounte Murray feels the need to flex on him. Cool. You deserve maybe even. I'll switch you with the Cavs and put them on national TV 3 more times. You deserve 5 national TV games after that, truthfully.
Are the NBA, is the NBA stop trying to expand country to country? Because the Raptors have 4.
Yeah, the Raptors are kind of.
They used to get a bunch, even when they weren't good. They used to get a bunch just because it's Canada.
Actually,
you're trying to expand. But
the Raptors got a decent squad. I can't.
They do.
Lie.
They could get. You could put every game they play against the Warriors. I mean, we say every game against the Warriors, but the RSNs, the regional sports networks in California, don't want that because they still want some games. But you could get every game against the Celtics, Warriors. Even when they play the Sixers, you could put them on. They could definitely scrape out a few more national TV games.
Yeah, I think the Cavs and Raptors deserve.
Cavs need to prove.
Bro, I think Darius Garland is awesome to watch.
I think they're gonna be amazing. I think they're gonna be a top 6 seed, and they're not gonna be in the play-in anymore. I don't think.
No.
In the East.
Not anymore. Well, they're gonna have Colin Sexton back now. So you're running 2-guard play, and they also have Ricky Rubio, who's now gonna.
And they have Evan Mobley, who's an amazing play. Yeah, they've got Jared Allen still too. They're fantastic. They have a great.
Yep. Anybody else that we're
the only team that sticks out to me is the Lakers, just because they missed the playoffs, but we all know why they're on there. They know they're getting Kyrie. They've got LeBron. They're gonna be a great team again. I have no. Everything's gonna work LeBron's way. So.
Yeah. It always does. It always
still love
seems,
you, LeBron.
Yeah. The Pistons having 1 is kind of whack to me.
They give no respect to him.
You have Cade Cunningham, and now you have obviously so many offseason additions.
You know what sticks out to me?
Let's give him a chance here. I don't know.
Chet has 1. Oklahoma City.
The Thunder just blatantly tank, though. That's the thing.
But
I think that's
Chet
why we're not rewarding a team that they sat fucking SGA the whole second half. They sat Josh Giddey too, just because they wanted to lose for Chet.
But to be fair, Chet was the marketable star of this draft, and he has 1 national TV game. Very odd.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 or 3 if you give him, so everybody could see him a couple times. I'm gonna be fair. I think NBA is the only one where I think most fans buy the League Pass anyway. I know I do, so I don't know what everybody else does, but I have a feeling a lot of people buy it because in the NBA you buy 80 games, $200 for buying really 45 50 games every year if you're a great team like the Celtics, or if you're an Oklahoma City fan,
Knicks,
you get 7. Well, you get every game anyway, asshole. You live in the area.
Yeah.
I don't live in the area of my team. That's why I have to buy it. But I know that it's such a national sport that happens. So,
so
NBA makes their money.
One thing I'm thinking though, if we're going to be giving these teams other games, we got to be pulling these games from somewhere, So what team we're deducting from the Lakers, right?
I'm deducting from the Lakers, Suns, and Mavs. Those 3 teams would lose games, and Miami would gain them too.
Lakers, Suns,
Miami's still Miami. I mean,
Mavericks. Maybe I'm taking 3 off the Suns, 2 off the Mavs, I'm taking
cutting Memphis
2
in
off
half.
the Nets.
I'm cutting the Memphis in half. I don't want to see Memphis.
You want to
more than
see only 9 games?
maybe
I gotta
10
give him
times,
12.
maybe.
I gotta give him 12 just because
I
they have Ja.
guess.
But then again, I also want the Pelicans to have 13 or 14. So
Yeah.
like, I want them both right there.
I would cut the Knicks down to like 1. You know.
All right,
I'm
pal.
kidding.
All right, we'll keep that one as long as it's against the Jazz still. You know.
Yeah, as long as it's still
Donovan
1 against the Jazz.
Mitchell.
I give their 30-point comeback they always get against the Celtics on TNT also, like last year.
yeah. That dude, game 1 was crazy last year. That was awesome. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, yeah, really not much. You look at the Houston Rockets, they got one. They're like a case could be made for them as well. They got young guys. They just added Jabari Smith now, obviously, and like Jalen Green, Kevin Porter Jr.
Yeah, I think it's all a marketing strategy, to be fair. I think they give the young guys none so that you have to buy League Pass if you want to see them. And it's smart. Don't get me wrong. I think that's
because they know the real basketball fans want to see the rookies, and they're like, they'll buy it.
And they have a package where if you buy NBA League Pass, you get Red Zone. That's what I do. And hey, nothing's better than NFL Red Zone on a Sunday.
That's a fact. That is a fact. I have DirecTV, so I get it along in there.
League ticket, don't you?
Yeah, Sunday ticket, NFL Sunday ticket. It's
you don't even need it though. You live in the region.
Well, I get to watch everything
your
else.
Giants at
dude, I'll be sitting at home bored on at 2:00, and I'll just fucking throw on like the Raiders fucking playing Minnesota. I'm just like, vibes. Like I'm in New Jersey. We lit.
Yeah, and then you have to sit through the Giants game at 4, and then
exactly. Yeah, the Giants are the most painful part of my Sunday. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think that's
no. I think
really
that's
much
enough
else to
NBA talk there
for the NBA. So yeah. All right. Heading over to the baseball field. Let's talk Mets. Let's talk Yanks because things are just
not good. That was not good this week.
It ain't looking good, Chief. No. It ain't looking good.
It was not fun.
All right. So talk to me about the Mets. Like, what can we do heading into this series against the Phillies now? Because like you said, it's a little bit of a gauntlet almost of Braves, Phillies, Yanks, and you guys are on the road for all 3. So this is the real test right here. And folding against the Braves in those few games is not what you want to see from the Mets side of things.
No, yesterday felt like a game. If they would have won that game, they would have gone into this series with a lot of confidence, winning the last 2 against Atlanta. They lost. It's a bad loss too because of the way they lost. But you go to Philly. Really going to probably be the most stressful series this season because they have no Max, no Jake, no Carrasco, Bassett, Trevor Williams, David Peterson, and then probably a prospect that has to come up and pitch. So it's going to be stressful pitching-wise, which is not something we're used to.
Yeah, and I mean, last night after losing with DeGrom on the mound, it's almost like, what do we know anymore? Like it's especially seeing him come out in the 6th inning. Like it's like, wait a minute, he's not giving me 8.
He had 2 outs in the 7th. He needed to get 1 out, and
he didn't come out in the 6th. I could have swore he came out in the 6th. Maybe that was just
before.
Oh, okay. I apologize.
Yeah, he needed to get 1 more out. He had 93 pitches. Buck took him out, and I blame Buck for that because I get we're putting him on a pitch count here, but gotta win these games. If he had thrown 5 more pitches, is his arm gonna fall off? I doubt it. He needed to get a rookie out. I think he could have done it. So
yeah, I mean, hey, I can't be too mad with Jacob DeGrom because on the other side of things, I'm looking at my number 2 starter, Frankie Montas, and
Jordan Montgomery trade is looking real rough right now. I just want to
not impressive. I mean, it is. It really is. Which is like, I never thought of Jordan Montgomery as like a coveted asset. But I guess now when you have Frankie, who, they left him out just to give him the quality start of 6 innings. Like that was it. He didn't deserve to go 6 innings. Yeah. Because, I mean, going 6 innings of, fucking 6-run baseball, like, what are you doing for me, Frank? Like, that is not a number 2 starter type of guy. Coming out with 2 strikeouts is just not enough against a Blue Jays team.
No, it's not.
You should be getting 5-6 on relatively easily.
The winning pitcher had a 5.30 ERA, and he was clearly the better pitcher. Like, those types of things can't happen for the Yankees right now. They are just going through.
And Jose Barrios isn't blowing me away this season.
Not good. He's not good this year. And didn't they bring Kikuchi in out of the bullpen?
Let me check
I think
right
they
now.
did.
They did, yeah, for 1 inning.
Yeah, they've got their highest paid player of the offseason, I believe. Yusei Kikuchi comes out of the bullpen and blows you away in a 9-3 was the final score?
9-2.
9-2. It's
9-2.
for the Yankees. It's everything that can go wrong is going wrong right now. They are so lucky they won that game the other night on the walk-off grand slam, or else we would be probably having a different conversation.
Last night, like my brother says to me, he's like, "Oh, like I can't believe the Yankees just stink like this." And I was like, if we came out the night that we had won off that grand slam 2 nights ago, if we had came out and we had won, because we were hitting the ball, we were stringing together offense, then yeah, maybe I would have been convinced. But the fact that we're getting lucky on late grand slams is just not. That's not a recipe for good baseball longevity wise. Not in the MLB.
Yeah, I also want to blame the Yankee fan base for saying we're back after one game. That's not how it works.
John Boy posting their shirts, bro.
You win one game. You are not back. I don't care how you won that game because you got lucky. Plain and simple. I don't like to talk about luck very often. They got as lucky as you could get because I don't know who was pitching for the Rays, but they were throwing ducks over the middle of the plate, and Josh Donaldson had to go opposite field in a little league ballpark for you to win the game. I mean, that's about lucky. That's being lucky. So
I mean,
unfortunately,
that's
not how this game works.
It's the same guy showing up night in and night out. Like DJ shows up, Anthony Rizzo constantly shows up, and Josh Donaldson has gotten a hit the past 3 nights. So I'll give him that. He's played better. But as far as Gleyber Torres doing nothing, I mean, absolutely nothing. And then Trevino's coming back down to earth. He's, still he's batting, I think, 250 since the All-Star break. So, not awful, but not what you want to see. Nobody expected him to have that first half that he did. But the real kicker for me is Andrew Benintendi. Your deadline acquirement just consistently putting up donuts in the hit column.
I'm going to be honest with you. That trade, it only made sense if he was a top of the lineup guy because he has hit for average in his season. He's a soft contact guy who's just not finding holes right now. So it hasn't made sense for them. And another thing is when you win a game like that, that's great. What matters is what you do next, right? Where do you go from here? When you have an energy shifting win like that, you got to come out the next day and show it. Instead, they flatlined and got their asses kicked and we're down 5-0 after the first inning. Those types of things show that maybe you're not that good of a team or you're not as good as you think you are. So they've kind of proven that over the past 2 weeks that they're not that historic 100-win team. They might not even win 100 games to keep playing this way.
And they were talking about 120. That was insane.
You want to know who's going to win 120? Go look at the Dodgers right now. They're going to win about 110, 115. That's probably going to be the most this year. The Mets might scrape 100 wins out. The Braves might get 98. They're going to be like the 4th best, 5th best team in the league. So that's what they need. I
still think 100 games is tangible.
No, it definitely is. But if they keep playing like this, it's not.
It's not.
If you go into September, because they don't have an easy schedule coming up. They got to play the Mets for 2 games, and that might flatline their offense even worse. So
the only thing that is keeping me thinking that we could win 100 games is the fact that everybody comes back in a week and a half. That's really the only thing keeping me going. The week of the 26th is when we get Bader back, we get Carpenter back, Stanton's
and you play
Oakland
back.
So yeah, that should be a get right series. I've real beef with Aaron Boone for his love for Albert Abreu too, dude. It's really pissing me off because Ron Marinaccio is sitting right there in your bullpen and you're throwing Albert Abreu. He's consistently getting shelled every appearance. He comes
because he has no options, right? He doesn't have any options, right? So if he gets sent down, he gets placed on waivers, right? That's
exactly.
The reason he's been
and they just keep juggling Ron Marinaccio and that one more guy, I'm just drawing a blank on his name, but it's just so irrelevant the fact that Albert Abreu shouldn't be there. The fact that we have to see him just keep him on the bench if that's how you're gonna be.
Well, no, I get why they don't want to lose him. They don't want to send him down because they don't want to lose him. That makes sense. But if he's not valuable to your team, if he's playing badly, then get him off the team. Him going on waivers, nobody will pick him up if he's that bad. So I don't know. That they've been running their team a lot like a small market team, but their bullpens ran like a very small market bullpen. I mean, they got nameless guys and they've got holding guys because of options. I mean, that's some things that like the Pirates have to do because they have no money, right? Like they don't want to pay multiple guys to not play for them. But in this situation, just they've been stressfully bad, I'm sure, and I couldn't imagine being a fan of them right now.
Yeah, no. So Antonio says the Yankees lost 7 straight games in 2000, barely made the wild card and won the World Series. Baseball is just a hit away from a team being hot or cold. The thing is,
that was a different team.
That's a totally different team, and I'm not trusting. Like, I would put my life on the line for Joe Torre. Like, I do not have any trust in Aaron Boone to pull those same strings and push buttons the way that Joe Torre did for that early Yankees team. I can't see it. And especially with these Albert Abreu moves, with these moves of Andrew Benintendi, like batting in the 6 hole, it just doesn't make sense to me right now. Like, Aaron Boone looks like a coach lost, and he comes into these press conferences with no confidence. He almost says it too. He says, "Oh, we're just, we're in a hole. This is where like good teams are tested." And it's sure you're getting tested, but you're also not putting them in the best situation to succeed.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me. And I do think that the Yankees still can make a postseason run for sure.
Well, yeah.
When Severino's back and you're looking at a 1-2-3 of Cole, Severino, Montas, like I don't mind that. I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
Yeah, the comparison to that team's not even applicable because that team had what was Andy Pettit, Roger Clemens was on that team. That was the team that beat the Mets. Like, so they had a stellar rotation. Now you've got to play a best two out of 3 series, probably against the White Sox if you keep falling like this. They've got 2 of the best pitchers. They got Dylan Cease, who can light up anybody. And if Lucas Giolito just gets the slightest bit of a run in him before the end of the season, he's almost untouchable too. So you're playing with fire right now because the Astros aren't going anywhere. And if you let, it's going to be very tough for them to fall out of that 2 spot because that their division is going to be the 2 spot. So they're very lucky in that sense. But if you got to play a series against Chicago, somebody with good pitching, it's going to be tough. I don't know.
Nah, it's just like it's getting to a point, and like that team also had Mariano Rivera.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I also don't want to see Seattle in the playoffs this time.
I don't want to see Seattle in the playoffs either right now. And I mean, it still just doesn't make sense to me. But like last night, you could have thrown Jonathan Loaizaga instead of Albert Abreu. Why not? Why not?
What was the score at this point? 5-2?
The score at this point was 5-2. And Albert Abreu comes in, gives up 2 more runs.
3 runs shouldn't feel like a death sentence.
For 3 runs, Lucas Licky gives up 1. It doesn't, and like, it's so frustrating when you have guys on the IL the way that the Yankees do, sitting here with Michael King done for the season, Miguel Castro, who was pitching pretty well for the Yankees, done for the season. I mean, Zach Britton and Chad Green, obviously done for the season as well. Like, it blows. Clay Holmes, you're hoping to get him back for the Mets series, maybe.
Yeah, but even if he comes back, he's been terrible.
Yeah, he hasn't been great. Like, Aroldis Chapman's been better since the All-Star break. So it's just like, what do we have to look forward to right now? I'm questioning. And Stanton's about a week away. That's a big part of the offense. A lot of people like to shit on Stanton, but he's a major, major piece. And the fact that he isn't just hitting home runs this season was massive, and they lost that. So
I don't know. That Yankees-Mets series, that's not a series I would bring Stanton back for. He's going to have total shot confidence if he comes back. And he's facing Jake and Max. I mean, he's never hit them in his career.
Never? So, do we have statistics on that?
I think DeGrom, he's about a 230 hitter against, which, hey, against DeGrom's pretty good. I don't think he's ever hit Max. You can pull up the stats if we can after we go to picks or something. But
yeah,
I know that, I mean, to be fair, he's not the only one. Nobody hits those 2. But, like, I don't know if I'd bring him back unhealthy against those 2 because they will make him look like a fool. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's Giancarlo Stanton. If he comes back and you're just keeping him on the bench, like, I don't know what to tell you. But I mean, so here's a game where Giancarlo Stanton, it's July 23rd, 2020. He goes 2 for 3 with 1 home run and 3 RBIs off of Max Scherzer.
There you go.
So
I'm looking at the things right now.
He
looks
has
like he has a few hits against. Actually, it looks like he's a pretty decent line against Scherzer. But I'm not sure what
it's not horrendous. I don't see an average here, but I'm on StatMuse, so
225. He's a 225 hitter.
Okay, so honestly, like I'm taking my chances. I'm putting him in the lineup before I'm putting,
Sure.
if I'm
No, you're
putting
not wrong.
Esteban Florial in there against Max Scherzer. Like poor
They
kid's gonna
faced
get
each other a
baptized.
lot.
Well,
They've had
yeah,
to face each
Stanton.
other.
Don't forget he was on the Marlins as well, and
Yeah, they've had to
he had
face each other very.
they had all those division games of playing Washington. So, all right, we're gonna keep talking baseball because we got some picks here.
Yeah, we got
And
some picks to do.
I do have, speaking of like the Yankees, AL East, all this going on right now. The Rays are not right on our tail, but they're rolling again. The Rays are looking like a more solid team than we thought after the All-Star break, and it's giving not pressure to the Yankees, but you can't keep having weeks like this.
Yeah,
So
no.
tonight, it's just no reason not to stick with the Rays in terms of money. They're playing the Royals. They're coming in minus obviously 1.5 on the run line, but being at plus 110 plus money for that, I'm going to take that one all night long. I'm going to drop a unit on that. So Rays minus 1.5 against the Royals. That is at 7:10 p.m. tonight for plus 110 on the odds.
I like it. I'm gonna stick in the division. I don't know if we were waiting to do the Yankee game, but I'm gonna stick with George. I'm going with
Okay.
Toronto. George Springer, 2+ bases. I mean, what was it? He 4 for 4 last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna keep that going against.
I mean, he got thrown a cheeseburger from Albert Abreu, dude.
Listen,
it's
man,
just not fair.
Listen, man, I have no faith in Tyone as a starter for the Yankees.
I don't either.
2 bases for George Springer. Give me that.
Yeah.
So, plus 110 on that. George Springer, 2 bases.
Man, I mean, these plus money picks, I don't know. I'm liking them a lot.
That one feels good.
It does feel good, and I'm not happy that it feels good. Yeah. But all right, I got one from the Mets game.
Oh,
and
no.
I'm coming for all of it.
No.
And I got the clip on deck. I don't know if you're ready, but I'm taking one man to give me 2 bags, and it's this man right here.
Here he is, Danny Vogelback. He just got out of the deli. He had a nice couple sandwiches, and now he's strolling up to the plate. Let's see what he does here. Let's go, Dan. He's upset with that call. He said, fuck, I'm starving. Somebody get me a sandwich, huh? Shit. Fucking donut, anything. Starving.
So, thank you to that TikTok user for that amazing cover.
Amazing clip. That is.
And that's the man we're riding into the sun tonight. We are taking Danny Vogelback.
Yeah, clips need to become a more popular thing on this show. That was hilarious.
He is starving.
Yeah.
And he's starving for 2 bags tonight, plus 175. We are taking that one home off of Aaron Nola.
I'm going to stay on that game. I got the Mets money line. If they're going to win a game in this series, it's got to start tonight. They have the pitching matchups are going to be rough after this, so they need to win tonight. Bassett's been pretty damn good since pretty much since June. So I love Bassett. I think a 1-2-3 of him and the other 2, best in baseball. I just need him. I just need this lineup to stay healthy and ride off. I'm not worried about anybody catching up to us. If we don't win the division, I'll be broken. We'll sweep a team in the wild card, so I don't mind. But the Mets have been amazing this year, and I think they settle it in tonight. Mets money line.
Mets money line. All right.
Oh, yeah.
You heard it here first, folks. I got one more pick for you. And this is coming. I got the Reds Pirates game. Obviously, you guys are probably like, what the hell? That game
just a massive game, honestly.
It's really, I'm surprised. We were talking national TV. Like, come on.
But this could shift the way that baseball goes for generations, how this game goes.
No, seriously.
You never know. If there's a perfect game thrown, that could happen.
Stories will be told of tonight's Reds Pirates game. So with that being said, we are going to be taking the over 8 runs because the starter for the Pirates is coming in with a 5.9 ERA. Right?
Yeah.
Starter for the Reds coming in with a 3.9 ERA.
Ashcraft. It sounds a lot like ass crack, I won't lie.
So we're expecting him to be some ass crack
tonight.
Yeah. And it's going to be a hit fest. Hopefully these guys, I mean, the sad part, the only thing that's like getting me right now is the fact that both of these pitchers stink, but then again, these are also little league lineups coming up to the plate.
Yeah, did you hear? I don't know if you heard Joey Votto's season-ending surgery.
Man, that stinks.
Yeah, but that you'll get your runs.
Yeah, I'm still taking my my runs. So over 8 runs tonight. That seems relatively easy. I mean,
Yeah.
we've seen a lot of high-scoring games, especially in the National League as of
Yeah.
late. That Cardinals-Rockies series was putting up like, 10 runs on the reg. That Mets-Braves, obviously.
Yeah, yesterday there was 4 games that included a team that scored double digits, including 21 runs by the Astros.
Yeah. I mean, the Reds are just sad, though. I mean, you look at their, like, even I'm on Bleacher Report right now, and you look at their batting leaders, and it's still just Brandon Drury, like in every category.
Yeah,
and
that's how that goes sometimes.
Yeah.
Trade deadline's always because I think if you go to the Nationals, their leader in home runs, batting average, RBIs are both Josh Bell and Juan Soto. So
you hate to see it.
You do hate to see it.
it.
I got one more.
Hit me.
I got one more. You can parlay them if you want, but they're both the same game. Probably the best series of the weekend. I need this Astros team to go off tonight, and I think it starts tonight. I've got Houston Moneyline over the Braves. Astros, obviously. Lance McCullers over 5.5. He's a nice pitcher. The Braves strike out like crazy, so nothing there.
If he gets that 12-6,
and
be long.
You had Vogie on your special player prop. I am going to have Bregman to get two plus bases tonight. So I'm gonna see what those are.
Two guys, both of very above average physique.
Some would say meaty, if you want to say it that way.
Oh, okay, all right.
Plus 555 for Houston money line. Lance McCullers over 5.5 strikeouts, and Alex Bregman over 2 bases at plus 555. That's what I got.
So a little parlay action going on over there. Okay. I like it. And one thing that I just cannot stress enough is just my favorite pick of the night, and that's just Daniel Vogelback. So before we go, I'm just going to run it back one more time.
One more time.
In case anybody didn't catch it, my pick for tonight, Danny Vogelback. 2 bags, plus 175, hitting off of Aaron Nola, and here is why.
Here he is, Danny Vogelback. He just got out of the deli. He had a nice couple sandwiches, and now he's strolling up to the plate. Let's see what he does here. Let's go, Dan. He's upset with that call. He said, fuck, I'm starving. Somebody get me a sandwich, huh? Shit. Fucking donut, anything. Starving.
So,
that's amazing.
Again, it's just,
TikTok is art. It's art.
It is. I don't know what I would do without that in my life, but I just know that I have Danny Vogelback.
You'd enjoy it less, that's for sure.
Yeah, life would be, my quality of life would definitely be down in the dumps. But yeah, my pick for tonight, Danny Vogelback. Heard it.
I like it.
I think that's going to wrap us up for today. We're going to be back, obviously, talking some football very soon.
We're getting there. I know we're kind of like,
it's just not. We're not going to be betting too much on preseason.
No,
I don't think that's.
No, we're getting there. I know people
talk
are
some
very
college
like
football. Maybe next episode we could start dabbling, but it's right there. I could taste it.
Yeah, if it's like that little break in between, you're just waiting on football. I know. I'm very excited for football. I know everybody's waiting on it. They're sick of hearing about national TV games. They want to hear about football. I get it.
We're
getting there.
We're getting there. Just stick with us. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. This has been Moneyline Madness, episode 43, and we will catch you in the next one.
43. Hold on, this was 63.
Oh, 43. Wow.
Yeah. 63.
Sorry.
Jesus.
I was looking at the timer here. Episode 63.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
20 whole episodes long.
Yeah, you were short. A little bit.
My bad. That's on me. But episode 63. Thank you very much for tapping in. We will catch you later.